Phillies win it 11-4, the second game in the series against the Texas Rangers. Welcome into Post Game Live, presented by Curado Insurance. Ashlyn Sullivan, Ricky Bowe, Ben Davis here with you. And the game started off a little bit sloppy, but the offense got clicking, and it is another win for the Phillies. And we're just starting to get used to this, Ricky.
Yeah, you are starting to get used to it. And one thing you learn is that you start to make mistakes against certain teams, like the Rangers did tonight against the Phillies. The Phillies will pile on. And you know what? That's just a good trait to have. You get that one extra out. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to come up big? Are you going to ground into a double play? I think this team is completely different in that sense. 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. That's always big. They had 3 home runs in this game. We said it's going to start warming up. They're going to start launching a little bit. It's starting to happen, people. It's starting to happen.
Yes, it is. And let's put this into perspective, what these wins mean for the Phillies. 36 wins on this season. And Ben, when you look at all of this, all of these facts, all of these stats, it really puts into perspective, wow, this team is pretty special.
They look like Nintendo numbers. This is just something you just don't see every day or every year. It's just a special ride. And I just like the fact that they're not taking it for granted. I don't think the city is really taking it for granted. They're enjoying this. And right now, it's must-see TV. It's what time do the Phillies come on, and how soon can I get in front of the television to watch it, or be at the ballpark here in South Philadelphia. It's just been a fun ride, and these guys just continue to grind away. Whether they lost the day before, which doesn't seem to happen a whole lot, or they won the day before, this is a ball club that just doesn't take anything for granted. They don't take at bats for granted. They don't take pitches for granted. They just don't take plays off, and they'll keep going until that 27th out is recorded. We've heard numerous guys say this over and over and over. It sounds like a broken record, but it's a credo they live by.
They want to bury teams, which is something you normally don't see in Major League Baseball. You usually see, let's win the 2 out of 3 and then we'll move on. This is like, okay, let's beat them today, let's destroy them tomorrow, and let's send them out of here with a bruised ego on the 3rd game. I love that attitude. I wish I was on teams that had that type of attitude. These guys are ready to play every single day.
Yes, it is, and you can see the city supporting them because the crowds at Citizens Bank Park have been so impressive, as we check in with Ruben Amaro Jr. right now, who was looking in with that crowd here tonight. And we were just talking about the specialness of this team, and I know that Ben was saying, and Ricky, that they wish they played for teams just like this. I have to imagine you feel the same way when you look at this team and think this is something special to be a part of.
It really is, and I had the great fortune of playing for one of those types of teams in '95 with the Cleveland Indians. That team won 100 games in 144 games, and it was a strike-shortened season. But it's pretty magical when it's happening. I mean, you literally feel like you're going to pound that team every single night. And Ricky made a great point. It's one of those situations where you're playing against a team. If you make one mistake, you almost have to play perfect baseball every single night to beat the Phillies right now. If you play perfect baseball, you got a chance. If you make one mistake, whether it's a pitch, a walk, an error tonight, it was 4 errors by the Texas Rangers. They played real sloppy baseball tonight, and the Phillies took advantage of it. But they're taking advantage of every opportunity, and they are not taking their foot off the gas. I love the way they're playing baseball.
Ruben, the bullpen was good. Do you have any concerns about Taijuan Walker, the way he's throwing the baseball?
Yeah, I just think that he was up in the zone a lot. He obviously, with what did he have? 4 walks today, 5 strikeouts. I like the 5 strikeouts. However, I didn't see him like driving the ball down in the zone. It seemed like he was leaving a lot of pitches up and the hittable pitches up in the zone, and then he was sort of scattering the strike zone a little bit. Like to see him pound the ball down in the zone a little bit better. He did utilize, I think, his split a little bit better today, had a little bit more action, downward action. But again, it's about the consistency of driving that ball down in the zone. I think that'll probably be much better for him. The cutter's a pretty good pitch for him, and he continues to utilize it. But I'm sure he would have loved to have gone a little bit further into the game. Kept him in the game. They get a lot of run support for him, and the Phillies came out on top with Strom getting the win.
Ruben, I talked about him in the crossover, but Edmundo Sosa is just doing a tremendous job. At shortstop defensively, he saw a great play in the hole tonight. The ball that just eluded Alec Boehm, able to get the force play at second. But the 3-run homer opposite field, this guy is really just a tremendous baseball player with great IQ.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Ben. And I think one of the things about that is that when he came over to this ball club, I think Rob Thomson gave him a lot of opportunities and a lot of love, and he really believed in him, gave him opportunities, and he ran with them, and that's when you get traded, it's a strange thing. I think it was the first time he'd ever been traded. I think he was a little surprised, but he came over and he has been very, very good. He's been exactly what you want out of somebody who is coming off the bench. It seems like he does something in the game pretty much every single time he gets an opportunity to help the team win in one way, shape, or form, whether it be a defensive play, a base running play, or a big base hit. And it's fun to have him around. He really enjoys playing baseball. He believes in himself, and I think Rob Thomson believes in him. And I think that's a really big thing for guys who are not playing every day.
Yes, you can definitely tell that, Ruben. Thanks so much for the time, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Rube.
See you tomorrow.
And your legs, they're the biggest muscles. You might as well use those, incorporate those to take some pressure off the arm, much like a Tom Seaver did or Nolan Ryan did. These guys use their legs.
Well, let me
pitch
ask you
forever.
something. If you were catching and I was doing that, would you not tell me?
I would.
Yeah. It should be something like, hey, come towards me. Give yourself some drive towards me. Do something.
Just to try and get some better finish on the ball?
Yeah, there wasn't much finish. A lot of standing up, a lot of recoiling. He never got through his pitches tonight.
Yeah, he is a big guy. So, getting down to that lower level might be difficult for him, especially if he's lost some arm speed, it might be tough.
Well, the only way you're going to get velocity back is if you use your legs. So.
And the Phillies were still able to get the win, even with all of that going on, as we go back to Citizens Bank Park and hear from Rob Thomson.
They made a lot of mistakes, obviously, tonight. Did you feel like, though, when they opened the door, do you like how you guys capitalized?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do. When people make mistakes, you got to take advantage of it, and we did. It was a good sign.
You've seen Sosa get hot for spells like this before. Does this look different to you in any way from anything we've seen from him in the past?
Well, he's getting a chance to play a little bit more than he has in the past, so he's getting consistent at bats for the most part, and he's having pretty good at bats. Struck out a couple times tonight, but that home run was huge. And he played very well defensively, made a great play in the hole, returned a double play. I thought after the first play of the game, I thought we played very well defensively. Marsh made a great throw from left field in the third inning, and it was pretty good.
You talked all offseason, all spring about just a better start. So this is the best 50-game start since the 2001 Mariners. 116.
What'd they do?
They won 116 games. They were pretty good. But
They won on what?
116.
116. But what'd they do at the end?
They did not win the championship.
That's right. So you got to keep going. It's you just got to keep grinding, keep pushing all the way through.
That said, what can a start like this do for a team in terms of its confidence and in terms of feeling good about itself? Almost 2 months into the season.
Yeah, I think they're very confident, and I think right now it really doesn't matter what type of game we're in. They feel like somebody's going to do something to get it done, and that's a good feeling to have.
What are your thoughts on Ty tonight?
He sprayed the ball a little bit more than he has been in his last starts, and so it created the 4 walks, and so it created some traffic on the bases almost every inning. So 2 outs in the 5th, he's got a win sitting there in front of him, but I felt like that was just the time we needed to stop it.
No Spencer because the middle of the inning, or because an out left to go in the inning, or was that didn't matter?
Yeah, I think in that situation, it was Strom was the best guy for the job.
That play in the second inning, did you guys put on a play when Marsh tries to go
No,
2 outs?
no. He just got an early break. He saw a tendency while he was at first base with the pitcher, and he just left early.
What can you say about Matt Strom's start to the season? Now a 20 and a third inning scoreless streak. What's he meant to the team?
Yeah, he's been a godsend. I mean, he comes in multiple situations, in dirty innings, can pick up 2 innings when you need it, high leverage, and he's just performed at a really high rate. He's been really, really good.
How big of an asset has Marsh been defensively in left field for you guys?
Really good. Somebody told me, I don't look at the defensive metrics, but somebody said he's rated the top left fielder in baseball or National League, I don't know. But he's played extremely well. And he's had a couple assists over that time. He's taken great routes. He's very consistent. He is a really good defender.
Rob, you said you don't almost feel like it doesn't matter what kind of game you're in. You guys are equipped to win it. I think you've scored 4 or more runs in like a dozen straight games now. So when you get behind early, I mean, the way your offense has been clicking.
Yeah, they feel like we're okay. You don't want to be down 4 runs, but they don't panic, and they just keep battling and keep having good at bats. And we got down early today, but we kept fighting back, and then we kept adding on and having big innings. And that's a testament to them and our hitting coaches, and they just keep fighting.
You have 4 errors. You deserve to lose every single game that you have 4 errors in.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
And the Texas Rangers did just that as the Phillies beat them 11-4. Now let's go back to Citizens Bank Park and hear from Taijuan Walker.
Just overall, kind of balanced tonight with a tough lineup against them. Just how that felt for you out there tonight?
A little frustrating. Obviously, my goal is to go 5-6 innings every time out, and I feel like I just didn't do my job tonight. 4 walks isn't going to cut it, and like I said, this year I'm trying to limit the walks. But I obviously I give it to the team. The offense has been on a roll, and so they definitely picked me up. Strami coming in and picking me up. The whole bullpen, Marshy making a play out there in left. So it was a good all-around team win tonight. But I'm pretty frustrated with my performance tonight. So.
I'm sure you come to the ballpark and you guys think you can win every game.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a part of something where it's like, the expectation seems to be, it's like, no matter what happens, like, we're going to win this game?
Yeah, I feel like we had that last year too, but this year just was a little bit different. I think obviously we didn't get the job done last year, and I think we're just a little more hungry this year. And the way we're playing right now, it's we feel like we're going to score six plus runs every single time out. So.
As a pitcher, what's it like to have that kind of offense behind you? And if you give up a couple early, you know that you have some firepower getting ready on your side.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just trying to limit the damage and limit how many runs you give up early. And I think if you can keep it 2-3 runs, at any moment our team's going to break out and score 6+ runs, and that's kind of been the case. I feel like we'll get a couple runs early, but then like by the 4th, 5th, 6th inning, it's look up, it's 8-3. So as a starting pitcher, it's nice. When we had that 6-2 lead, my job is to go out there, put the ball in play, and then I had to do back-to-back walks, and so. But again, we're just playing really good baseball right now, so it's really fun to be a part of.
Seemed like a jolt of energy after that Marsh play and left there.
Oh yeah. That was a good play. Yeah, I was screaming too. He saw something different. Obviously, he plays out there, but it was such a good play. Huge too, because it could have been complete opposite way. Second and third, and but to get that out, it was huge. So again, I think that. Plays like that really carry the game over, and that's how you win games. And then I think we end up scoring the couple runs after that, right?
I think you guys had the quicker inning after that.
Yeah. So yeah.
What do you make of your first few starts overall? Do the results kind of align with your satisfaction?
I thought it was on a pretty good roll. Obviously, my last start getting hit in the toe. That wasn't very fun, and then I was feeling good, hoping to get back on track again. So. But I'll be better next time out. Get back on that road, getting 6+ innings, getting quick outs, not walking guys. So.
What did you find in the 4th? Did your command was really getting that inning?
I just stopped thinking. I just kind of went out there and just was aggressive and pounded the zone, and got in the 5th. Just didn't have that same mentality, and I just got to make sure I find that mentality every time out, every inning.